How you going, mate? In the Soups Workshop. G'day to you guys. And Don as well. Okay. Hello from Florida. Long time carver since 1989. Most carved decoration and gunner decoys. I guess like ducks and all those kind of things. Cool, man. Welcome to the channel. So we're going to finish off this skull today, but I think I will first do this carving here. Just finish it off. I'm just going to. I don't have any green, and this is part of the emoji challenge. And what I wanted to do is do it green because it's green on the emoji, but I'm just going to do it red because I don't have green. So that's going to be that. Now I'm trying to actually see if my chat is working. I'm not really sure. I'm just carrying on talking, and somebody might tell me if the chat is working. I mean the chat and the my audio, because I can't even get my tablet to work today. I'm not sure what's happening here. Technology, eh? G'day, Billy. How you going? Can you guys hear me okay? Chat and audio is good. Thank you, Soldier Farms. Just putting on my gloves here because this dye work is pretty kind of like it gets into your paws. It's like tattoo ink, I guess. Right, okay. So we're just going to dye this red, and then I'll put it aside, and then we can move on to carving. There's the little scully there. Yeah, the skull just hang out there for a little while. Try not to get any splashes on you. Might look quite cool though, a bit of red blood. G'day Aiden, how you going? G'day Billy. So I've got a really bad memory, and if I say your name twice, well, that is the way it is when you get a bit older. I think I saw Roy in there. You're very tired tonight. What is the time over there? What's the time here? I think must be about well, it's 10 o'clock here. 10 o'clock on a Wednesday. So it'll be Tuesday where you guys are. So we know the future here. What that? It was darker there, but anyway. Are you doing too much, Roy? I saw you went to a craft show with all your birdhouses. Craft shows, a bit hit and miss, but you know, sometimes they're really good. Just before Christmas, they're really good. I always had luck just before Christmas at craft shows. I didn't sell my carvings. I'd sell it's dark there. I don't know why that was dark there. But anyway, so we'll just let that dry. The good thing about the spirit-based. Oh yeah, cool, Soldier Farms. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I know what it's like. You got to, you know, try and multitask these days when it comes to YouTube. Do some watching, do some editing. And I am watching, but I just can't comment because I'm just working at the same time. Okay, so we'll take our gloves off there. Oh yeah, because it's coming into spring, isn't it, Roy? So it is a good time for birdhouses. Right, just leave that over there. And we'll get on with the skull. There's not too much more to do. I think it's sort of like, you know, it's still got a bit of a flat head there, so we'll take that back and sort of refine things a little bit. It's just sort of like doing a live today, just to catch up with everyone and do the finish Suzanne's emoji challenge. So yeah, so it's going into autumn for us, but it's going into spring for pretty much everybody else in the world, except South Africa, I guess, and anything south of the equator. So, what are we going to do? We will get this all sorted out. Yeah, making the Tree of Life bird feeder tables. Oh yeah, I saw those. Do they hang up in the? They hang up in the tree, obviously, also because you kind of want to hang things up with birds. Otherwise, a cat will come along and eat the bird. I think I saw you making that Tree of Life bird feeder table. G'day, big lad. There you go, mate. Welcome to the channel. Playing around with a few things today. We're playing around with the dragon and the skull. Right, we'll just do some shaping of the skull first. Oh, I forgot to put the battery in a Dremel. Get that sorted. Right, see how much that charged up. Got my face mask on. Everything's kind of sorted, so I kind of want to get that a little bit rounder there. Get you a little bit closer, right? Trying to make this look it's not really realistic or anything like that, but you gotta, make it look kind of like a skull. A bit lopsided. There's a bit taken off that side. Thank you all for tuning in today. If you could hit that like, that would be awesome. Roy, I have not seen that. The new idea for using, whose idea is it? Is Kutzall bringing it out or something? Have you seen a new idea for using burrs in the wood file handle? They have the same collet as a Dremel. Oh, so that thing there, I'm going to be reviewing one when it gets there. Cool, man. I'm not sure how that works, but I will look on the Kutzall site and I'll check it out. Looks a bit lopsided, doesn't he? Rightio. Sort that out. Oh, you can use it like a small file. Yeah, thanks, Sue. Yeah, if you could hit that screen twice, that would be awesome. Right. Hey. Having a look at it here, I think like I still need to sort of see it sort of like leaning over this way a bit. That needs to come down a bit. So Roy, is it actually from Kutzall, that thing? That file? Very curious now. Never really been a big file user. You do have files, little files. Okay, so see that needs to go in there, like that one there, and we can sort of like get a bit of a whole thing happening there as well. Oh, that's right, I was supposed to be doing that. Got sidetracked. G'day Sparker, how you going? G'day Happy, how you going mate? G'day John, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I've got to work out these little things here, like these little arms that come down. They're obviously too thick at the moment. So we'll follow that top line, go out like that. Something like that. G'day Steve, how you going? Welcome to the channel. We're carving the skull today and also working on Rhinestone Suzanne emoji challenge at the same time. Well, I just coloured it red and we're just waiting for that to dry, and then I will put some polish on it, then alter a few things on it probably. Oh, Perry, hey, thank you for tuning in. Caught you live the other day. You were doing some hand carving, which is pretty cool. Oh, my collets are starting to get a bit sticky. Right. Oh, right, yeah, yeah. So I'm using that, Roy. I'm still using it. Hasn't broken down at all. Does it sound good? I always, hopefully you can hear me quite clearly. I try to speak up a little bit when I'm on a live. My natural tendency is just to mumble in everyday life, walk around mumbling everywhere, but that's all right. Taking a little bit of the weight out of that because there's too much weight in there. Yeah, they are nice teeth, aren't they? When you like those teeth. You come to New Zealand, I can give you some teeth like that. Got with my little Dremel. Thank you to the moderators today. I think what we'll do is we'll take that back a bit there, like that. Might regret this. Fix it up a bit as we go along. I could be a dentist, couldn't I? Earn more money. It's not a job that I've ever said to myself, I would love to do that. Looking in people's mouths, you know, I don't know. Not top of my list. Didn't they make false teeth out of wood? Probably. Pretty hard wood. In the good olden days, eh, Roy? Was that when you were a boy? Probably the same age as you. Now we're working on trying to get that hole in there. Washington had wooden teeth. Wow. Just whittle yourself some back in the good old days. Maybe we should start that again. They'd be hard to fit in, wouldn't they? I mean, like, because they get molded into your mouth. Oh, I think I just made it through there. Get a little bit of light going through there. Let's try and make it look like a bone. Be pretty good. Need something skinnier burr to get in there. I need a little file, Roy. I'm very curious to see what you're talking about, Roy, and your little file bear holder thingy. They've still probably got them in the Forest of Dean. Roy. Ah, baby kisses, how you going? Good of you to join. Right, pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. That bit there, got the little hole in there. Yeah, if you could tap that, double tap, that would be awesome. You can't type using a gouge. Probably could, but it wouldn't be good for the phone. You just kind of like add in a little kind of like details as you get further along. Okay. Thanks, baby kisses. Yeah, I thought I'd finish it. Try and finish it today anyway. We'll see how we go. Right, okay, so we have got that one there. I don't know why that ended up darker there. But I think what I will do is I'll bring out some of the highlights. This was sanding it a little bit. And then I will put the wax on. Where's my sandpaper? Getting some sandpaper. Alright, thank you, Aiden. Yeah, the dragon's looking good. The emoji dragon. So I just got a bit of sandpaper here. Go over it. Bring out a few of the little highlights. I hope it will. Might need a. Oh yeah, here we go. You can sort of see it coming out a little bit more there. And then we'll add a dark wax on it. They talk about these ones. Yeah, I got these off Amazon actually. So what are these? 180 grit. Problem is well, they're pretty cheap anyway, but like after you've sanded red, you don't want to go and sand a normal carving because that'll end up red as well. What you can actually do is you can highlight the little bits of it. I think we'll just do the eyes and the teeth a little bit more by just going in with the Dremel. Keep on getting people kind of saying bad things about this thing here, but I love this little sander. They say it breaks in the first 5 minutes. But then again, I don't know whether they actually bought the right one. I've got the link for this one, but you know, there's heaps of ones that look like this on Amazon too, so who knows? It's a mystery. Oh, Roy, my parents came over. So I came over when I was like 18 months old to New Zealand. I'm really glad they came over here because no offense to England, but I just love it over here. I love the outdoors and all of that. And it's not that crowded, you know, there's not a lot of people. Pretty normal. We're kind of separated from the rest of the world. You like that kind of thing. In the middle of nowhere, which does have its drawbacks because if you want to travel, it takes so long to get anywhere. Oh, you have short shaft ones. They work great too. Are they from the same company? Oh, I might use one of these little ones. Get in there. Oh, you got both. See that? So that eye sticks out a little bit more now. We'll try and get the teeth a little bit hard to get at. White eyes and white teeth, that's what you want in life. Stuff that up a little bit. Never mind. Right. I might just do a little bit of this black as well, just to make it a little bit aged. I don't like my work to look too sort of like polished, like it's just come out of some CNC router thing or whatever. I like the old look. The old, like, this was buried in the backyard from Viking times, and I just happened to dig it up. Even though the Vikings never came to New Zealand. Well, who knows? They might have. One lost Viking made it to New Zealand. Actually, I've got Viking blood in me because I did one of those DNA tests. Okay, because I made a AI video today of my nieces and nephews flying in the dough bowl. I'd carve for them on Christmas. Yeah, cool, man. Right, okay. So now we're going to add some wax. I like to use this wax. There's different colours. Mahogany is a nice colour, but I think I'm running out of mahogany, so we'll just use this dark oak. Put my little gloves on. Yeah, so my parents actually came over here because my mum's brother came over here first in 1970, and then we followed. And I lived mainly in the North Island of New Zealand, but I moved to the South Island a little while ago, about 23 years ago. We love the South Island. You guys probably would think the North Island's got not very many people in it, but if you live in New Zealand, you think it's got a lot of people in it. When you move to the South Island, it's hardly got anybody in it. So that's what I like about the South Island, is there's not so many people, and yeah, it's got better scenery too. Well, different scenery anyway. It's got more wide open expanses. Yep, nice peace and quiet here. Well, it does get busy sometimes, but nothing like over in Europe and America and all those countries where you have just so many people. But I watch their YouTube channels, and even in America, you've got those beautiful national parks, and they don't look too busy. I guess it's all depends on what time of year you go, who's around, where you go. Okay, so this looks like a bit of a mess, but once I polish it up, so we'll let it dry for a while, and we'll carry on carving that skull, and then we'll come back. They're busy hikers. Cool. Lots of places to hike. They like it. Even walking around towns is cool. Great way to see places. I've never seen downtown New Zealand. Matt, I've got a quarter bike and I think it's my leg. I have to show you downtown New Zealand one day, baby kisses. Actually, our downtown, well, I live next to a kind of, I guess, a city. I think it's, a city on our scale in New Zealand. So I think there's three, maybe 400,000 people there, which is pretty small, I guess, compared to a lot of places. But it's called Christchurch, and I think it's about 15 years ago now, it had a massive earthquake. So it's quite a new city now because they've done all the rebuilding of it. The Communication College area. Don't know what that is. Okay, let's get on with carving the rest of the skull. Do this side now. Oh, turn on the extractor fan. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll try and get this sides the same. Alright, stop messing around with that fine one. We'll just stick the stream one on. Watch out when you're carving small objects with these kind of burrs. It can slip a lot easier. G'day, Wes. How you going? Wes does it. Welcome to the channel. Oh, thanks, Wes. Yeah, no problem, man. Just doing a bit of a skull carving today, and I don't know whether you saw, but we're also working on, sort of gold on that, working on that one as well. Kind of looks like the Welsh dragon. That's actually the emoji dragon. See, I'll put that dragon in the sun so it dries out a bit quicker. Have I carved a female face lately? I was thinking of that. It takes too much brain power. I'm going to carve this week for my normal YouTube video. I'm going to actually carve an easy dog carving. It's kind of like a caricature dog. But the story goes like my father's really into doing clay at like pottery at the moment, and we were up there, and he still does all these little dogs, and he helped us make these little dog clay things, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool, and I should do a carving that's very similar to it. So that's I'm going to try and make a video this week about that. But yeah, female faces are hard. Do Today's depression talks. Hope you're going well. This is a pretty stylized carving. Not true that anatomically. An anubis head. Well, I have to look that up. Not sure what that is. Right. So it's got through there. You can see the hole through there. And now we will sort of like try and make it look like this one on this side. Actually, what I will do is I'll change over to a sphere burr. Oh, the god is the god of mummification. Cool. So does it look like a mummy then? Sorry, going off green there a little bit. Looking pretty similar. A jackal. Oh, wow. Oop. Sounds very interesting. I'll have to look that up as well. Whoops, sorry. Is this rock or wood? Oh, this is wood. Yeah, this is a piece of soft wood that I'm carving today. Thanks for tuning in. Right, okay. What am I doing next? That sounds like a lot of work, depression talks, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Love those little projects where you're just carving certain bits and then adding them on.
32 likes. If you're in the chat, if you could hit that like, that would be awesome. I think you just need to double tap the screen. I think we'll take a tooth out. Well, which tooth should I take out? We'll take that one out there. Just for the, because you get to that age, you got to lose a tooth, man. Right, okay, let's get rid of this tooth. See what it looks like after that. You might make it a little bit thinner around the back of the teeth. Okay. Right, this is how you get rid of a tooth. Which one should I take out? Would be that one. Okay. Oh yeah. I think that looks heaps better. Gotta always have that missing tooth in your skull. Just like that. Went to the dentist, that would cost you at least a couple of $100. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that there at the moment. Put them up there. And we will work on the dragon again. I think he's dried out a little bit. Find something to polish it with. Could do that. Oh, could do that one. That one's a bit softer. Let's see if it works first. $300 for a tooth. Yeah, luckily, touch wood, haven't had to have any removed, so I don't know myself. So this has got wax on, so you can sort of see as I just polish it up a bit, it just gets a nice sheen on it. And the dark wax, some of it will stick down in the bottom of the... Oh, that eye's gone back red. I probably moved it around with this. We could always take that out again. You can really see the difference there. I won't do the dragon first, then I'll do the background. G'day Josh, how you going? It's EW, Electric Whittler is in the house. Thanks for coming along. Join my little live. Don't have like 30,000 people on here or anything like that. Just regulars. Good on regulars. Keeping things pretty small, but you know, that's all good. The quality, not quantity, what I would say. Of course, I wouldn't say no to an extra 3 million subs. But you know. I think that's looking pretty cool. I'm just gonna highlight that eye yet again because it disappeared on me. Well, it went red again. I carved it white and then it went red. Oh, thanks, baby kisses. Yeah, we seem to not have huge amounts of luck on lives. That's all right. Yeah, it does look like stonework. Actually, I'll show you something. You don't get to see this on other people's lives. I've been doing little houses, some more houses, baby kisses, and it came up with these ones. It's 3 little here, sit like that. I'll show you a different view. So they go like that. All right. That one's got a bit of yellow on because I accidentally stained it with something. And so you can turn it around too, and it has little steps going into the back. Yeah. Have you heard of a Hardle Rotary tools off Amazon? They are really good. Oh, cool. Oh, thanks, Watcher. Welcome to the channel. I haven't heard of those. I'm always a bit reluctant to get sort of like electrical. I'm not even sure if you can get them sent to New Zealand because our plugs are all different and all that kind of stuff. And I've also I'm going to mold these ones. Mold these ones as well. So I've been carving these, and it's really hard to carve like that tiny a detail. So what I do is I put some monster clay in, and then I'll make a stamp, and then I'll press it in, and so I sort of like carve to that point, and then press the clay into the windows, and then you make a little stamp and press in the door and the window, and then just level out that. So the reason why I make 4 is because then you make the mold and you can cast 4 at a time. And I think you might have seen these other ones. I've been working on the surface of them, so I wanted kind of like a rougher surface. This is what I spend all my time doing. It's just crazy. My wife goes a bit nuts as I talk about mixtures and concrete and all that kind of stuff. So I've got this, it's quite a nice shine on it. I don't know if you can quite see it. yeah, it's got quite a nice shine. Look, it does look a little bit like rock compared to concrete. So there's that one there. And I made kind of like a set of those as well. Sort of like the opposite one there. And I'm going to make another 2 more different ones. Get out of the way, little one. Look at that tiny little house. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing. Yeah, it takes such a long time to make the proper mold and all of that. And I'm trying to make, trying to work out how to get that shine back again, because I just did it by fluke. I think I need to leave it in water for a little bit longer and then polish it after that. But these ones here I used to make slightly bigger, and I used to sell quite a few of those in shops. Yeah, sorry, that's got that orange, little yellow tint. You know what that's from? Because I was trying to polish it, and I was trying to polish it with this thing, and left a yellow tint on it. So there you go. Right, get back to doing the dragon. You want to make a fairy garden around a log. Put an owl and put an owl on it. Yeah, that would be cool. Honestly, molds, yeah, they're pretty hard to do. Take a lot of practice, and they're not cheap. That's the thing with them. I think last week I spent like, the week before I spent like about $400 just on the materials for the casting, the silicone and the polyurethane rubber. But if you get it right, and you get set up, you can just cast as many as you want. I'll show you one of the molds actually, just so you get an idea of what it is. Okay, so this is the mold to this one here. So when you so I'll set it up like this. When I cast the actual concrete, with actual silicon, it was up the other way. And I cast it actually in this. This is just flooring, but it's really nice because you can sort of like cut it and make shapes on it, and all of that. And then you sort of like cut it so you can pull it out, because if it's in there, it's really hard to pull out because it's got these tabs in here, which are the doors. So when you go to make it, you have got to sort of like try and make it so it just doesn't fly open when you're pouring the concrete in. So then I put what I cast the actual urethane in at the start, and that so that kind of sits like that, and then you pour the concrete in there, and it's on like a table that vibrates. And yeah, the mixture of the concrete's really important as well, and the amount of water in it, stuff like that. But yeah, always trying to find ways of doing it a little bit quicker. See that's where the thing is there. So yeah, there's all different kind of ways that you cast things. Right. Okay. I think we've done enough today. I will do another live next week, hopefully, about the same time, but maybe I should try a different time. Is it regular cement? What I use is, I use a white cement,
And actually, and the reason for that is it's slightly finer than the grey cement. And I tend to use like a mix of half sand, half cement, which is very high in cement. Because usually I think it's when you're making concrete, it's like, I can't remember, I think it's like 9 shovels of shingle and sand, and then 1 shovel of cement. So yeah, so it's high concentrate on the cement, and you get a better kind of finish on it. Right. Okay, I'm going to cruise off. But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. And we did the skull today, and we also did Rhinestone Suzanne's challenge. And I think I'm going to call that finished now. Yeah, I quite like that. You do a mold of that. Actually, that's right. I did a mold of the flower. I don't know if anyone saw it. I haven't actually. That was the mold of the flower that I carved the other week. Where's that flower? It's the flower that I molded, that one there. But I stuffed it up because you're supposed to have sides on it. It's only that I was running out of time and I had just a silicone left over that was going to go off, so I just poured it on this and worked out. So we'll see what we can do with that. Okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Take it easy. Bye everybody.